Hello everyone, hello future me. Today is January 6th, it is 10:41 a.m. I woke up really late. I wasn't really interested in trading the market today. Mentally, I was hoping for a downside push by BTC, especially since it's constantly been going up since January 1st. But I guess the 2 hour candle decided to explode, or anything, whatever candle you want to pick. The price action is going up right now. Every single coin is pumping. So at the moment, I am just overwhelmed by the amount of options that I can have to long. I'm currently looking at Popcat to long. This is a fake long that I put mentally. I'm looking at rats as well because of the fact I'm at a 4 hours. So if you go to this one, it doesn't really matter. This one is so much support over the past couple of days since Saturday morning, I guess. So it's been almost 2 days of constantly like this. These wicks are so bullish to me that um, it just beckons. It just begs for a long. The only downside of this is that it's a bit too late to long at the moment for me because my stop loss is usually 1%, so I'm really far off this support. So support should be roughly around here. So if I go on the 1 hour, it always breaks through and then comes back. It's just like extreme buying opportunity here. So I should set my alert here if it ever comes back to this area. I'm also looking at people for the fact that on the daily we broke above the weekly resistance. I have way too many lines on this chart. I have another people's chart. It's just too many lines here. But for me, I understand them quite clearly. If we break above these, then it's kind of extremely bullish, and I want to front run that bullishness. I'm also looking at big time. If I can remove that. So I'm also looking at big time for two reasons. Number one would be that we held the daily for the past like 3 months now, and we backtested it twice on a huge opportunity here. So we went up and back down. I don't know why I said twice. It's been constantly over multiple days, but I'm saying twice in the sense that we try to break through once and we try to break through twice, and we never were able to, and that's pretty bullish to me. But it's so far off. It's like 14% off. So I just have to see an opportunity maybe on the 1 hour where this forms something that where I can enter. Would have been nice to enter on the weekend, but I don't trust weekend price action. Second one is Gala. This one's a fake long that I placed mentally. However, Gala is entering this super 200 EME on the 4 hour, which for me is kind of bad. Because I would like to see these levels here retested. So I'm not quite sure if we're gonna go there, especially with BTC just constantly pumping right now. I really want to enter something, man. Like I can't be missing out on these. But I just don't know what, man. I just don't know what. I just want to enter this shitcoin or this shitcoin or any sort of shitcoin like this one right now. Popcat would not be that bad. Um, can we backtest this? We kind of already did with this here. But the 15-minute doesn't look good to me. And would we long BTC here? I don't think we would, because it's going to hit the 618 relatively shortly, which I already did. So we'll see the price action once the candle closes. But I just want to enter Popcat here because I'm FOMOing, and I'm FOMOing pretty hard. What about XRP? It's at resistance, kind of. Dude, so many opportunities lost, man, because I was not focused on trading from the first. I was like, oh, I'm going to wait until Monday of next week instead of January 1st. So I wasn't really interested on trading. I did take a couple of trades on this coin that I kept watching. But it's such a shame that I wasn't really mentally in it. Okay, so I'll do two things. I'll organize my trading list with new coins. The analysis on the total is looking super good. Total 2 as well, total 3, total DeFi. USDT dominance is almost at an all-time low, so we may have like what, 0.2% left to go. No, I meant the percentage-wise, yeah. So, yeah, 0.2% for an all-time low. Also looking at GMT, but this is such a, especially on ZoomX to trade this. GMT has essentially no volume on this, and it's so disgusting to trade this. Even on pumps, even on dumps, it's just nobody's trading. So it's been, in a span of 2 minutes, it's only been like maybe 60 trades at most, which is really, really bad. And I'm also looking at coins that decide to pump just like this. The leverage on this is pretty bad, so I won't go in. Osmo, dead for now. SPX, Cook is looking good. Oh, the margin is trash. Osmo is not that bad if we decide to break this here, but the leverage is absolute trash. If I can see the daily. Anyways, so what I'll do is I'll analyze all the coins that I want to trade. I'll put them in the tier list again. FTM for now is completely dead, so it's a meme. So I'll organize my list and I'll be back. I am trying to organize my things to like see what I can long, and I'm so scared to enter a position. I am so scared to enter a position. Like this one that I faked entering on Popcat was actually pretty good looking back at it. Not because it pumped, but because of the fact that we had these 3 candles in a row that consolidated. So in my mind I was like, yeah, it's not a bad position. But then I was just so scared to enter. I'm just so scared to enter for like, I don't know, I'm just so fearful that if I enter, it's going to instantly reverse on me. That's what I'm fearful about. It's not like, oh, price action is good, and I'm just scared shitless that the moment I enter, BTC and ETH will reverse, and I'm fucked. And I will suffer mentally. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. Mental pain. But the price action is there. The entry is there. Like, everything is there. Even this fucking shitcoin that I want to long, and its market cap is so non-existent. 74 million. If this 10x's, it's still a shitcoin. It's still like sub 1 billion. So, I don't know, man. I'm just so fucking scared of entering. I'm just so scared of entering. So now I'm like debating. I'm still like, I'm in a frozen state now. Because I was looking at entering. I was like, okay, it started to, we saw together that it started to dump. And I was like, okay, maybe we're going to have some small correction like this and you'll give me 30 minutes to enter, right? No, it just instantly reversed. So I don't know if, I actually don't know what to do here. I just don't, I mean, let's be honest. I actually do know what to do. Just long Popcat. That's it. Just long it and target it like, first target would be here at 92.5, second target here, 94.6, and third target here. Or just let it completely run because at some point we will pump. Correct? Correct. It's just, why the fuck are we so scared, man? This is what eats me inside is, I know what to do, I know when to enter, I know when, I know everything I need to do, but I just can't do it because of emotions. Like I was looking this during this weekend on this shitcoin, right? And I knew after I exited this position here that this this weekly and daily are massive support, right? And what should I have done? You just long here between these areas, like something like this. You put either a long like this, and you just hold your 2%, 3%, whatever you want to put, and just aim for the highs like this, and just hold it, dude. Or if you want to scalp, just do a 1%. 3, 4, 5 times in a row would have been the same as if you took this trade like this. It's just I'm so fucking scared of entering. Even now, like, I'm seeing this price action moving up, and I can't enter, man. I just can't enter. And when I enter, it's because I enter out of spite, out of rage that I entered late. And it's always like that. I enter late. I also need to look at big time after, like, I don't know, man. I'm overwhelmed by my bullshit. I'm just overwhelmed by my bullshit. I'm so fucking annoyed by myself, man. Fuck, man. I even saw it at 9:20. I saw this. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, fuck you. Even at 9:20, I was like, yep, this is a pretty good long because we're near weekly support. So just long and maybe stop loss below these lows, right? 1.32%. And it would have been a 4% or 4-hour trade, man, in the span of 2 hours, man. And now I can't do it. I just can't do it. So I don't know what I'll do here. Because I don't want to long and just hold, man. I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to suffer pain of longing and holding a shitcoin over a consolidation period like this. Like if I just imagine I held this right now, like if I FOMO right, like if I FOMO the same way I FOMOed here, I should have held for 5R, which would have been horrible. Horrible trade. Man, I'm so annoyed by myself. I'm completely frozen. Completely frozen. Okay, I need to do 2 things in a span of 10 minutes. I need to organize all my files the same way I organize all my files. Organize all my coins that I want to trade in the next month. So what I'll do, I'll go over all of these. I'll analyze them relatively quickly, and then I'll decide what to do next. Because I'm really close. Okay, this shit will be cut. Because I'm really close to just like entering a starter position, not giving a fuck anymore, man. Especially on PopCat. Anyways, I'll be back shortly with an update to see if I entered a position and after organizing my coins. Just a quick update on the price action. I did a quick analysis. I have a couple that I added to my list, especially AGI. So if we look on the daily, it's looking pretty good. It broke out of this trend line. Now we're pumping. I suspect either we go here and retest this, or we come back down just like this and then we go up, sort of thing. As let's say we're sand, just as sand had a red day. I'm just looking for a red day on AGI to enter. Blur is also fantastic. If I look at I have way too much on the chart here. I think it was Bybit. Yes. Once we decide to break the orange resistance, which is the weekly, there's nothing between this and the 31. So we have a free 10%. So if I look on the weekly, like every time we broke here, we just extremely instantly pumped to here. This was a clear exception on November 11th. yeah, so we never had a daily candle, but once the daily candle closes, you can really instantly expect to hit this and maybe even higher. So if we look at the weekly, um, yeah, once we break this weekly, we're gonna hit the other weekly resistance. So you have a 21% easy pump, and then let's say it keeps going higher, grinds higher, then you have 50%, 60%. So Blur is on my list. If I look at Blur on Binance, yeah, it's the same thing. Like once we break, we're just gonna explode higher. Slurf is also one on my list because of this weekly candle that was absolutely massive. 1,100%. So I'm looking at this as well. It's currently just still a bit weak, consolidating. Bat is the one I'm looking for two reasons, because the funding is really low. It's extremely negative, which means that this may likely keep pumping higher just because of that fact. So since Wednesday the 1st, 22%, it's it's not that bad. Some others are doing way better. So those are the couple that I added. I also added WIF, ADA, and Polygon. Hive, I was looking at it to short, and I did yesterday night. I also longed it here, shorted it here, and I decided to exit relatively quickly. And around 10, I was like, maybe we're gonna go higher, something like this, and then come back down. Like a huge candle liquidation. It just never happened, so I never re-entered again, especially during the night. I was not gonna trade during the night. And Doge. But the big boy one that I'm looking at is Popcat, for the fact that once we break the what's it called, the 92.5, like once we clear these sort of support resistance, the last one was this resistance on the 102.53, the green line. So we can easily make it there, and once we break that, we instantly will spike to 121. So I have a 40%, easy 40%. And then probably we'll have a consolidation around this area. But if we decide to even be more bullish and we go higher, we go to 141. We have a 62. Then I suspect we're gonna come back down to 121 for a retest. So yeah, I'm looking at that right now. I'm pretty happy that I did not decide to FOMO around this area, which I almost did. Market is currently correcting slightly upwards on the 5-minute, but I'm still looking at maybe a bigger correction for the fact that these liquidities essentially have to be taken at some point, and the 15 is curling down. So yeah, I think we're relatively okay. DGen complete massive dump correction, so I suspect we're gonna do something like this now. Most likely these lows will get taken. So a short would be in order here. But am I too late to short here? I think the best way to short would be once this support is just taken. So if I do something like this, that's pretty good. I'm looking to re-long this again because the 5 is looking good. Also, we came back into this support resistance flip. However, if I look on the 4-hour, maybe these wicks will get taken, the liquidity, just like rats had these. People as well is pretty strong. Since the low, we have 15-16%. GMT corrected a bit. Yeah, but I'm essentially just looking at Popcat and WIF, and also most of all, I may be looking at some random coins that are just pumping on the day. Griff is insane right now. How many? 12.5, dude. That's pretty shit. That's pretty shit. But it looks really strong to continuation. What happened with Osmo? Still consolidating. So yeah, I'll be looking at Popcat. I think most likely than not, we'll consolidate around this area for at least 1 hour, and then we'll see where we'll go. a long here is not that bad. Like this would target like here, but I just don't like the 30 minutes how it formed. The 1 hour as well with these wicks up high. So we need a couple of more hours for consolidation. If I look at XRP, I'm looking at XRP on the breakout of this trend line here. We also have super support resistance here. So if we do decide to have some sort of correction, I'll be buying XRP to maybe the 50%, or the first target I'm looking at is this, just to take off this liquidity low here. And then we'll see. Maybe we have some sort of fake out like this, and that will be the buy. Once we reclaim this daily, we're set. If we go lower, the next would be here. Maybe on this wick, something around this area here. It's essentially just anything below the 50 and between the 618 will be fantastic. But if we decide to dump even lower than that, then that's game over for the market. But by the looks of BTC, I don't think that will happen. I really don't think that will happen for XRP, especially how strong it was. They're saying this entire run up, which I missed. It's just like, it's XRP, it's a pile of shit. It's XRP, but it is a pile of shit though. I was expecting something like this or something like this, just extreme trash, and then going back down. But I guess it just never came, so we missed out on it. I don't really care if we did. I stuck with my plan. I should have just entered just a bit, but that's it. But yeah, I think we have a relatively good opportunity for a long in a couple of hours here. So this is another indicator that I use, the cluster algorithm. Every time it hits this, it would be a fantastic long of the 15 for a quick bounce. So we buy here, 1% easily. We buy here, we just 2% stop loss, we got taken. But this one is a bit out of the blue, out of the ordinary. We would have not made it. We would have lost money on it. This one, 2%, 1% easy. Yeah, this one would have been again, but yeah. Maybe the 5 will be simpler. Nah. I think Hive is just dead right now. It would have been nice to short at 10 something once we took this liquidity and we went back into the range, something like this, out of 1%. But yeah, render strong. We're just correcting right now, so I'll come back once I enter a position. So just a quick update. It's been a couple of hours. I entered this position here because I was holding this support area, especially with the 30-minute candle. So this entire price action here, we finally broke through. I was thinking, okay, we're back testing. The candles look relatively ugly, but I was suspecting at least some push to the upside and then maybe another back test. Some sort of like Jasmine. Like here. Where it consolidates and then it goes back up after breaking out of this area. But I broke my trading rule by not placing my stop loss here. And then finally, once around this area, I should have moved my stop either extremely close to break even, something like this, or even something like that. And that would have worked perfectly. But whilst I instantly felt that this is over right here, I felt it in my bones that it was over. But I decided to leave it, because you never know, maybe I'm wrong, which is the wrong mentality to have. You always want to be right, so why would you tell yourself you're wrong? And then this was, maybe we're gonna have a bounce. I left my PC and then I saw this dump. I came back to it around here and yeah, it's just over for now. I also told myself that it's completely game over once we have multiple candle closes above this support, aka resistance, since technically it should be something like this and keep going up. But if it goes back into the resistance, then that means two things. Either we completely dump back down and break, or we liquidate the shorts as we liquidate the longs as we liquidated the shorts, and then we go back up. That happened a couple of times in history. So yeah, I'm stuck in a shit position. My stop loss is set currently right here, which is super far off. I'm losing 4R on this trade if it doesn't work out. My only hope is that the 10-minute curled up. The 30 is still looking like shit. But essentially my only hope is that because we have so many wicks here, that we have some sort of flying up afterwards. Because of all of these wicks, we never had a huge candle close below. So we're relatively close by what? Not even 0.2%. So I'm hoping that it's just gonna go higher. I'm also looking at this, which I've traded successfully the past couple of days. I'm looking at the 1 minute. Mentally I wanted to enter here, but I was like, I'm gonna wait for the candle close, and I forgot about it because not really, I didn't forget about it. I just decided to start recording to give an update on my position on PopCat. So for now, Hive still has the funding fee is absolutely disastrous, and this is also the same thing here. So I would like to enter a long at some point. The only way I would enter a short is if we break below this. If we decide to break below this, I'm completely out of it. We may have some bearish divergence forming on the 1 hour, but it's not confirmed yet. 4 hours probably going to be, at some point this will collapse. But by the time it collapses, I still want to make some money on it, especially on a long. But this long here would have been fantastic, to be honest. Would have been pretty good. Would have been a 3R. But I'm still looking. I would like to have a back test, but that would take too much time. So my only discernible edge on this is that it's holding the 9 EMA extremely well. And it touched the 3 multiple times but never closed decisively below it. So I was looking for this to touch it, but it never did. So once it gets closer and closer to it, then I will probably long. The 2 minute is also really good, so a 2 minute entry would also be good. I'm just completely confused as to why this just couldn't go up. I am so confused about it. Like rats that I wanted to enter. Okay, let's backtrack a bit. The only positive that I can see of today is I did not FOMO at the top, which was really good. The negative is that I told myself here earlier in the video, I'm gonna wait a couple of hours because the candles look absolutely horrible on the 1 hour with these wicks, and also the 30 minute. But then I instantly entered out of like, what if I'm wrong? Then the what if I'm wrong speech should have done something like this, and then I would have entered here. But I fucked up. And I fucked up pretty fucking bad. So yeah, the 1 hours are looking good with the wicks, but I don't have much expectation because of the fact that we just could not keep pushing higher. So I'm suspecting something like this will happen, especially with this 4 hour block here. That was resistance and that was support, and we broke through it. Maybe we go even lower to backtest this sort of entry here, and we'll do something like that. So I have not much hope for this. I mean, it would be nice if I'm wrong, but I need to stop thinking with that mentality. I think I'm right. I'm fucked, and I'll still hold the stop loss because you never know, right? I think the play is
if I close now, I lose 2.5 R. But I'm risking another. I'm risking 1.5 R for more basically. Um, but when it was here, I was like, yeah, I'm not closing this. I'm just gonna put my stop loss because I'm essentially, if I'm closing, I'm losing 4 R instead of 3.3, so it makes no sense to close. We should have. I felt that we should have closed here, especially on this red candle right there. Should have been the close, so we should have only lost 2.3 R, which is still bad, but it's not the worst. So now let's keep looking on Hive, and I'll give an update later during the day or tomorrow if I am still in the position. So quick update on my position. It's looking like it's going to completely die. I am 100% certain we are going to get stop lost. I was looking at the 5 and I was getting a bit of a relief that we finally decided to pump back up, especially with this candle on the 5. It looked really good. Decided to take the highs. Fantastic. So I was thinking we're gonna slowly grind higher like this, back maybe to this resistance area now. But this 5 minute candle right now just proves to me that it's completely over, especially if we go on the 1 minute. These candles are death, and I don't like them at all. The entire market is fucked in a correction state. I always felt that in a way that if BTC pumps and alts don't move that hard, then alts are shit and they're gonna correct hard. So I think we're completely fucked. I'm just so confused as to how Popcat decided to fuck me over that hard. It's 'cause any other coin is just chilling, but Popcat isn't. So I don't understand. Like, I just don't. I'm expecting something like this to happen on Popcat, where we have a fake out to the upside, and then we take liquidity to the downside. We're like not even 1% away, maybe. Yeah, 0.5%. So that's where my stop loss is at, 0.5%. I'm still thinking of just manually closing this to save some capital. But if would I short this? I think I would do this. By the looks of it, I would do something like this, and maybe target this liquidity here for 1 R or even lower. But the safest bet would be something like that for 1 R. The candle's gonna close though in 15 seconds, and I have no hope for it because we've corrected by 6% today, which is quite amazing actually. Also, my long that I want to enter on Hive, I just never entered it. I was analyzing my trade on Popcat and I decided to completely destroy the 5 EMA. So the entry should have been, if I was focusing, the entry should have been around here. But it was super quick and volatile, so I only had like 2-3 minutes to react, and I was not there. So I think this is also dead. We may go higher another green candle, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna dump back down. It just looks way too bad. Just looks way too bad. That 1 hour just signals that it's over, especially on the 4 hour. If it closes like this with this wick up top, it's over as well. But yeah, I'm actually considering just leaving my Popcat long open for like forever. Just do this and not care. But I'll be the more responsible one, and I guess I'll close the position right now because this looks destructive. Or I'm probably gonna get stopped out myself, but yeah. So I decided to manually close before my stop loss was going to get hit, because I wanted just to save just a tad more of capital. So I saved barely anything, but it's still something. My only concern is that, holy shit, never mind. Well, my only concern was that once we take this low, we just do something like this and then go back higher. I don't understand what happened to PopCap. It like, okay, sure, allow. Can you fuck off? Yeah. Do I long now? Because we're backtesting the huge support resistance area. Oh, we're breaking below. What the fuck is going on, man? Pretty sure liquidity grab. Huge. Yeah. I was looking at the short, but I was not pressing on my PC. The short would have been fantastic. As I mentioned before, if we break this low here, it would have been really, really good. So, lost almost of all. Just count it as a 4R loss. Just break every trading over here. Never set a stop loss here. Because, oh, if we break it, we're just going to go higher after. Because if we do this, it's going to do this, right? Because we're going to grab liquidity and then blah, blah, blah. And then you always have to put a stop loss somewhere. Yep, and then it's this entire consolidation here. We knew it was bearish, but we just couldn't accept it to lose the money. I mean, it didn't look that bad on the 5-minute. Super bullish divergence. It's just decided to fuck off. So that was a really shit trade, man. And now I guess I'll wait because BTC is correcting and I don't want to enter here. I'll wait a bit more. Maybe that's some bullish divergence on the 4-hour or on the 1-hour or something, because we don't have anything right now. And if we're looking at this 50%, well, it's not bad, not a bad long, to be honest. Just not feeling it. Especially since we closed this, but we'll see, it closes in 3 hours. It just looks dead. But when it looks dead, that's when you need to long. Fuck, man. So to make my money back, I need a 4R tomorrow, which is doable, but it's fucking sad that we fucked up. Yeah. What the fuck is going on, man? I mean, how clear is this? How clear is that? We're so fearful that we're wrong when we enter, and we're so fearful that we're right when we want to exit. So fucking stupid. I'm so sick and tired of this bullshit. Yeah, another day under the belt. I'm just so emotionally destroyed.